Good morning, everybody. My name is Andrew Sirak, and I'm the Territory Manager in the Pacific Northwest for American AVK. Been with the company for about 7 months now, and I'm excited to talk with you all about our Series 67 hydrant. On the call, we also have Joshua Lindsey, another one of our Territory Managers, who will be talking later on in the presentation. So, as some of you may know, all of our products are manufactured in Minden, Nevada. Our plant is ISO 9001 and 14001 certified. 9001 ensures quality, and 14001 is related to environmental standards. Before we talk about the 67, I very briefly wanted to discuss our distribution network. Besides Minden, we have 2 distribution centers, one located in Omaha, Nebraska, and one in Nashville, Tennessee. And this allows us to ship in-stock products anywhere in the US within 24 to 48 hours. So today we will be talking about our Series 67 post-flushing hydrant. A few key features I will be reviewing are the one-piece main valve, extension kits, and traffic flange. To give you a layout, we'll be reviewing the function, standards, exterior, interior, and a few key features. So the Series 67 hydrant, also called a post hydrant or flushing hydrant, is a self-draining dry barrel hydrant. It's primarily used for flushing stagnant water and mineral deposits from potable water pipelines. Larger cities can also use them for sample stations to fill tanker trucks and washout trucks. In rural areas where cities might not have a fire protection system due to the size of the water mains, you can often find flushing hydrants spread out through their system. So why isn't the Series 67 approved for fire protection? The AWWA requires hydrants intended for fire protection use to have a minimum of 2 outlet nozzles and a 4-inch minimum valve opening. As you can see on your screen, the 67 only has a 2 1/4-inch valve opening and one standard 2 1/2-inch hose nozzle. AVK has designed our post hydrant to operate identical to our larger Series 27 fire hydrant. The 67 is equipped with the same 2 1/2-inch hose outlet nozzle that is used on the larger Series 27 fire hydrant, so that a fire hose can be connected to the 67 if it is the only source of water. The Series 67 is rated for 250 psi and is both seat and shell tested to 500 psi per the AWWA C502 standards. The 67 post hydrant is certified to NSF 61 for safe drinking water and NSF 372 for the low lead requirements of the Safe Drinking Water Act. Moving on to coating, the above ground coating is acrylic polyurethane for UV resistance. The below ground coating is electrostatically applied fusion bonded epoxy to AWWA C550 standards for corrosion protection. And we offer safety red and John Deere green as standard options, but for a slight increase in price, we will paint the hydrant any color if you provide a Sherwin-Williams paint code. The 67 and the larger Series 27 hydrants share the same hose cap, cap chain, and weather shield parts, which are interchangeable between the 2 hydrant series, and this helps reduce parts inventory for our customers. Now talking about the exterior of the hydrant, the weather shield and cap are both cast iron. The hydrant is equipped with a grease zerk for easy lubrication. As you can see on your screen, is located on the back of the hydrant there. The nozzle section, breakable flange, lower barrel, and inlet base are all ductile iron. The nozzle bolts and base bolts are all zinc plated, and the weep holes are copper alloy. The upper assembly consists of a 304 stainless steel lock plate, as well as a copper alloy operating nut and thrust nut. On this op nut is where you can find the AVK serial number. This unique serial number indicates the date of manufacture, testing results, construction materials, and shipping information. And this allows for full traceability for the industry's quickest and most comprehensive customer service. On the upper assembly, the lubrication chamber is filled with food-grade grease and sealed with a dual O-ring made from MBR. There's a bayonet-style hose nozzle made of copper alloy kept in place by a 304 stainless steel set screw. And the upper stem is also made of 304 stainless steel. The lower assembly has a seat ring and main valve flange, which are both copper alloy. The O-rings here are also MBR. Our brake coupling, pins, and springs are all 304 stainless steel. The lower stem is a mild steel, and the one-piece main valve is located at the bottom of the hydrant. Now for a few key features. The Series 67 is the only flush hydrant that comes standard with a traffic flange. It also comes standard with a breakable stem coupler, making it easy to replace and easy to repair if it's accidentally hit by a car or by farming equipment. You can order extension kits, which are available from 6 inches to 5 feet. The extension kits are made from ductile iron, and the stem is 304 stainless steel. Now we have a quick animation showing how to put on an extension kit, and our territory manager, Josh Lindsey, is going to talk through this.
Just like the Series 27, you start by removing the weather shield and lock plate. Then use your AVK operating wrench to remove the thrust nut, operating nut, and anti-friction washer. Then move down and remove the traffic flange and pull the nozzle section. Then remove the spring pin and upper stem with brake coupling. Then install your extension stem and coupling on the upper stem. Be sure to have the arrow on the coupling facing up. Then install the upper stem and extension piece. When installing the two-piece flange, be sure to tighten your bolts in a star pattern to 60 foot-pounds of torque. Then install your nozzle section and traffic flange, again tightening your bolts in a star pattern to 60 foot-pounds of torque. Then reinstall your anti-friction washer, operating nut, and thrust nut. Do not over-tighten the thrust nut. Screw it in until it stops and install the lock plate. Then reinstall your weather shield and bolt. And that's how you install an extension kit.
All right, thanks, Josh. So moving on to the next key feature, the one-piece main valve. The one-piece main valve has a ductile iron core that is completely encapsulated with EPDM rubber. The main valve eliminates many parts which are used by our competitors to build hydrants, which helps reduce parts inventory and make it very easy to replace. The main valve incorporates a rubber rib developed identical to our larger Series 27 HydroFlow main valve to reduce the chance of water hammer. We now have another animation that shows how to replace a main valve, and Josh is going to talk through this one as well.
So before you remove the main valve, be sure to shut off the isolation valve and open the hydrant to release any built-up pressure. We'll start by disassembling the bonnet, traffic flange, and remove the nozzle section. After you have removed the upper stem and brake coupling, reinstall the pin and spring pin into the lower stem. Then use your AVK Series 67 T-wrench and remove the main valve. The notches on the bottom of the T-wrench will line up with the pin in the top of the lower stem and turn counterclockwise. Then remove the seat ring from the main valve. This can be done two different ways. One, use 2 wrenches and work the seat ring off of the main valve, or 2, place a 2x4 on the ground, hold the seat ring, and gently tap the top of the lower stem on the wood. After the seat ring has been removed, remove the main valve cotter pin, and unscrew the main valve. Screw on the new main valve all the way so that the hole for the main valve pin is centered in the notch in the top of the main valve. Then install the pin and cotter pin. After that, inspect the seat ring sealing surface, O-rings, and threads to make sure they're in good condition. Then apply food grade grease to the ears of the main valve and install the seat ring. To reinstall the main valve, turn counterclockwise until you feel the Higby thread, then apply a little pressure and screw in the main valve. Then reinstall your upper stem, followed by the nozzle section and traffic flange. Then reinstall your bonnet assembly. Any questions on replacing the main valve?
All right, thanks, Josh. Moving on, when ordering the Series 67, make sure you order the T-wrench and operating wrench that correspond to the hydrant, as these will be needed for future performance. Now, talking about accessories, this hydrant comes in a bare depth of 1.5 feet through 8 feet. It can come with a stores connection, a hand wheel, or an op nut. As far as connections go, we offer flange, MJ, NPT, and a Hymax grip will also work on a 1.5-inch pipe. And this hydrant does come standard with an inlet base. The Series 67 carries a 1-year manufacturer's warranty. All right, so if you'd like to read up on this product or any of other series, you can visit AmericanAVK.com. There you can find data sheets, brochures, maintenance and installation videos, manuals for all AVK products, contact information, AVK certifications, and more. We recently updated our site to have more product information and information that's readily available to you all. So if you haven't been on there in a while, I would recommend you go and check it out. All right, and there's my contact information as well as Josh's contact info.
New visitor.